Okay, we've gone ahead and dropped in on a mission here. It's I believe a 5-skull urban battle against the Draconis Combine. And we've dropped in, as always, right on top of the enemy, who's sporting a very nice red and black paint job, I must say. So there's a Charger, that is Henson Assault Mech, 80-tonner, a Victor, another 80-ton assault mech. We have Catapult, 65-ton heavy, and a Crusader, 65-ton heavy. In addition, we can see on radar right now there's a 70-ton, there's a 100-ton, there's a 60-ton, and there's an Ostwar, which I believe is 65, yep, nearby. So we're right on top of the enemy already. That's not a good thing. Good news is this is a 1.8 million Civil payout mission, and we can potentially get some bonus pay by avoiding collateral damage, but we'll see if that ends up being viable. So we're going to reserve down a little bit,
for tactical advantage.
kind of like we usually do, really. There's no sense shooting at anybody with 20 to 40% damage resist.
I've got eyes
Okay.
on hostile reinforcements.
Yeah, okay.
They're heading
Eyes on hostile reinforcements? You mean like the person who kicked me in the leg right there? Is that who you mean? I think that might be who he means. Okay, so the kick did strip our evasion. Made us unsteady. So we do have to move the Marauder. I'm not super thrilled by that. We can't even run because we're unsteady. That kick really did mess with some things. So what we can do, let's see. Crusader's the one that moved. So we can try to get... Oh man, this is not good at all. This is not good at all. Alright. Here we have 2 evasion. It's better than anywhere else. Let's go ahead and do it. Maybe if they shoot at us, they'll hit their own people some too. Decent accuracy on the Crusader. Horrible accuracy against everybody else because of their 8 evasion hits. So let's go ahead and pound into this guy. And of course we missed 3 of them with 90% chance to hit on each. That's what? 10%, 1%, 0.1% chance of happening. Beautiful. Somebody goes in for a DFA on the Marauder and hits, but the catapult itself is falling. This is why you don't do DFAs unless you absolutely have to, but the Marauder might get knocked down and is already taking a beating. We're not even through turn 1. So we are going to have to move something else to make up for that. And I think it's going to be the Awestruck. We're going to come in here and we're going to kick that catapult to make up for him being an absolute bastard, basically.
Locked on for physical attack.
I mean, the Awestruck is basically here to provide a physical barrier between everyone else and that Marauder that I really don't want to lose. Granted, you know, we're the ones piloting that mech. Some shots going at the Hollander and missing. So we're the ones piloting that mech, which means that if we die there, we don't lose pilot. We just sort of prove that Bomb Squad himself kind of exists, but doesn't really. It's kind of goofy. Let's see what we can do. So I wouldn't normally do this, but I want to start moving people so that there's more viable targets than just the Marauder. Because if it's just the Marauder alone, he's going to die, and pretty quickly too. So we're going to go in for a physical strike on the Crusader, hope to take out that damaged torso. Looks like we hit the arm and maybe the CT. Nope, we do hit the torso. Structure exposed there. That's looking pretty good. Ostwar's moving up, and they miss us on a little bit of collateral hits on the Axeman, but they also pound into their own guy a little bit as well, which I'll take that.
Yes, boss.
I'll definitely take that. It's tempting to move the Chameleon right now, but I don't think that would be wise. Let's see. Okay, some other rounds coming in at the Hollander. Yeah, not a lot of damage there. Pretty low chance to hit since he hasn't moved yet and still has those 8 evasion pips. The mission start. Now we have the Timberwolf. I'm tempted to save the Timberwolf and the Atlas for just devastating hits at whoever's nearby after the Victor and Charger have moved. So we're gonna reserve them down. We have, you know, the Axeman, the Ostrok, tempting juicy targets for the enemy. Was that a DFA? That was a DFA. You jerk. All over? Yep. Okay. Man, I don't know what happened to the aggression on these guys, but they've been doing drop from aboves, or death from aboves rather, like crazy, and that nearly tore through the entire right torso of our Atlas, which that's the location that holds the improved heavy Gauss. So that's a 1.5 million C-bill location right there. Which means we can't afford to let that get hit again. So we're going to take the Timberwolf, and we're going to make him a juicy target for anyone and everyone who isn't us. No, screw those infernal rounds. So just load him with the SRM-6s. I want to take this Victor off the field right now, if we can. Kick will hopefully hit him in the legs. As we take out the left leg. And now if we can get enough hits on the right leg...
something good.
And we don't, which is a little unfortunate. So, we're gonna have to keep our Atlas and our Marauder back as a result of the first turn of combat. That is absolutely horrible. Some medium lasers going into the Marauder, I don't mind that at all. I'd rather avoid taking that building down just for the Charger. But depending on how desperate the situation gets, we might not really be able to justify doing that. Just because we need to clear things out here quickly, or some big things will happen. We should just be glad that they don't seem to have artillery quite yet. If they did, we'd be taking tons of damage. Something like an Arrow 4 would be devastating right now. Take a look at the Victor. That left leg is in danger, that center torso is in danger, but the Victor has Victor Rugged, so of course has additional internal structure there.
What's that?
What I think we're going to do is we're going to... Ordinarily I'd like to kick that Victor, but since our right side is so damaged, we're going to move here. No, sorry, we're going to move right there. We're going to face our left side and even a little bit of our rear toward everybody. Protect that location with the improved heavy Gauss. And let's go ahead and take this shot in here, because if that won't kill the Victor in one go, I don't know what will. Although we have a good shot on the Crusader, too. That is tempting. No, let's take the highest chance of getting these guns off the field, and that DFA off the field too, although now that would just be suicidal on his part. Doesn't mean he won't do it. So let's go for that left leg. If we miss, it'll probably go to the CT anyway.
Lighting him up.
Oh, that never gets old. That really never gets old. Okay.
Let's do this.
So now we have a couple choices. We can go in to try and hit this catapult, but between the Ostrok and the Marauder on the next turn, I'm feeling pretty comfortable with that. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to go in and kick the Crusader, try and really target that left leg here. I want him on the ground too. We miss. We had a 97% chance to hit and we missed. I gotta say, I think sometimes the odds are a little bit full, frankly.
Inflicted some heavy damage.
You know,
Good to go.
many games sort of bias things. If you're hitting a lot, you'll get artificially penalized. If you're not hitting at all, you'll get artificially boosted to make the game more challenging, I suppose. But I don't know. We work hard for the accuracy that we have, so I'd kind of like the stated accuracy. That's just my 2 cents. So this guy we want to get sort of farther back than he is right now. I'd like to be able to take a shot in at that ion. Back there. And we can do that from... Let's see, we can do that from here. Not really from anywhere farther back than that, so yeah, we'll have to do that sort of facing.
Affirmative.
It's not great evasion on such a light mech, but I want to shoot it in at the ion because there's 3 mechs around
Firing
there.
a full salvo.
Yeah, that was a good hit. Good. We just damaged 3 mechs in one shot. Not a lot of damage, but
What's up, boss?
we don't need a lot of damage. And this is, again, second turn, so we'll get the tank airdrop on the next one available. We do need to drop that as soon as we can. So let's go ahead and move up here again, and we'll shoot in at the Ion one more time. Decent damage into the right torso there.
Targeting
Let's
for
see
an
what that does.
outstrike.
Yeah, okay. Looks like we hit maybe the left arm. Left torso. Oh yeah, look at that. That's why I do want a Thumper artillery piece in our lance. It's just that the time for that Hollander 2 is probably up
Что там еще?
by now. We could do an active probe ping. That would be probably pretty good. We need a walk. We need the evasion pit from walking, but we need to let our stability sort of calm down a little bit. If we go here, we'll get blocked from line of sight on most things. That actually seems better than an evasion pit right now. Just,
Принял, выдвигаюсь.
congrats, you can't even target me. And we'll get a revenge on this catapult. Let's see. Let's go for that CT. I know we could go after the legs, but
Есть ползал.
1, 2, 3, and yep, that's done. Well,
Один прилег. Кто следующий?
that's what you get for trying to land a 65-ton mech on my head. It's not very polite.
Standing by.
Okay, so we have the Chameleon now. The Axeman will move before... We're gonna move him on 5. I want to see if I can use the Axeman to chew into that guy's back with that melee weapon of his. That'd be pretty nice. And besides, we can use double larges pounding into the Ostrock, couple mediums as well. Decently heavy damage. Potentially even worse if it's all, yeah, it's all on the left side of the mech. That's not exactly ideal. Okay, so we're moving on 5 now.
Commander.
I can't get a rear strike with the Axeman, which is a little unfortunate. We're just going to stand right here and hit you again. Hopefully core you out.
Engaging.
Or get close anyway. See what we can do. That looks like a light hit. Maybe. A little hard to tell.
Inflicted some heavy damage.
Is that a CT? Interesting. He has a leg SRM6. Closer up, yes. We need to move the Timberwolf.
I'm taking some
It's
serious
a lot of
hits.
stability damage. We don't really want to take.
Commander.
Let's just follow up here. I know it's bad practice, but we need another mech off the field before those other guys get here, or we're going to be in some serious trouble. And then we can start doing the sort of stick and move invasion game a little bit better. So,
Critical hit, Commander.
not the best. The mech is still up. Man, yeah, that really wasn't very effective at all.
Standing by.
I wonder, if doubling down fails, just triple down, I guess. We have the building in our back, should protect us a little bit. That took down the left leg. Let's see if we can shoot into his back here.
Target's taking a critical hit.
Yeah, pretty good, pretty good. And that's good.
Target eliminated.
So it's turn 2, guys, and we've killed 3 enemy mechs. Oh, that's terrifying. Okay, Ostrock taking some rear fire, runs. It's not ideal, but I don't think it'll
Damage
get
is minor.
through there in one go around. And now we have a chance to move a Timberwolf. So how good is our accuracy here? Pretty good. Pretty good. Can I get a rear shot? I can. Yeah. Good.
Move order received.
So we will pop the Battle Lord, increase our damage, increase our accuracy a little bit. We're going to go with the ATM-9 and turn off one of the SRMs. I really don't want to, but we don't want to cook ourselves for this. And having the ATM-9 on is more important for that high accuracy HE damage there. Let's see what we can do to this guy. If he has... we might be able to get a side torso. Unlikely. We get a fair number of crits. Unfortunately, we missed with one of the large lasers. We kind of needed that.
Reporting critical hit.
But we did take his LRM-20 offline. That's a lot of damage, a lot of stability damage. And now it's his move. Okay. Just jumps down, shooting into the Chameleon. I'm okay with that. I do like that we took his gun away from him. Although, I mean, he's a little too close to be using it now anyway. He opened up his back pretty badly. I don't know if we'll be able to capitalize on it.
Huh?
We need to keep a leftward facing with the Atlas for the rest of the game, otherwise we're going to be losing our big gun, which is unacceptable. So let's move here, keep that left face. The improved heavy Gauss has way too low accuracy here to make that viable, but we're going to turn that off, reserve it for the next one. I mean, yeah, if we hit with it, it'll go through. We've tried this before, just shooting it again and again and again and again. And, you know, those accuracy penalties do add up. We risk hitting the Chameleon here with some of our own missile fire, but let's just take the shot.
Lighting them up.
That's a
Ah,
knock
well,
down.
that's the way the MechWarrior crumbled.
Okay.
Now that was a heavy hit.
So the entire lance that we dropped in right next to is now killed. I'm feeling a lot better. Oh, that's a gas rifle. Oh, those are large lasers. Oh, structure exposed in the Hollander in one salvo.
That shot went internal.
So, for those of you who don't know the lore for this, I guess the Atlas was the brainchild of Alexander Kerensky himself, the man who fought off Amaris in the original first Star League Civil War. And his design specifications for the mech were, and I quote, "Build me something so terrifying that our enemies will be afraid to face it on the field of battle." And that's why they built the Atlas. So this is the AS-7K, pretty close to the original configuration, I think. Gauss rifle, ER larges, medium pulses, LRM-20, AMS, so not quite standard configuration, but in the same vein, I suppose. So we need to move the Hollander somewhere that he won't get shot at again, which is unfortunate because we also had wanted to drop the big old tank this turn, but I mean, yeah, both of the locations on both of our mechs, the biggest guns, have taken damage to the location with those guns.
Run, don't shoot. Got it.
The odds of that happening are very small, and yet they have. So do we go in at the Ion, or do we go in at the Atlas for our artillery hit? Tempted to say that we go in at the Ion, just because we've already sort of started shearing away at those torsos there, and we still will damage the Atlas a little bit. Better accuracy too, only by 6%.
I caught.
Does add up. And we do hit, actually, I think, correctly. Let's take a look. Yeah, we shelled right into that right torso again, down to 39 armor there. Pretty prime results in terms of, you know, what we want for taking that mech's guns off the field quickly.
Что там еще?
I don't really like the look of shooting through. Well, it's not through, it's past. Yeah. So as we're standing here right now, nobody can target us to hit us with that Marauder. And the other guy moving on 6 is the Chameleon.
Standing by.
I can get a hit on him. I can actually get a kick. We're going to go in for that. I'm going to kick this Ostwar before he has a chance to turn. I don't think it'll take him down,
Putting my weight into
but if we can make him unsteady, yeah, no, that's good. So he'll now have more trouble shooting, and what we can do now that he's unsteady
На связи.
is if we step right around here, still sort of protect that Marauder from some fire. Now our chances to hit have gone up to 96% per, so if we don't land all 4 of these, I'm going to just throw things at the gods of random number generation. So,
Принял, работаю.
1, and we missed 1, 2, 3, 4. Of course we, yeah, okay. Wonderful. We did take a building down. Unfortunately, that will cost us a fair amount of extra pay. 2 buildings. I don't know if that counts though, because that wasn't. Oh yeah, it does. So they destroyed a building, and we're losing pay for it. That seems in keeping with our current experience. On the other hand, that Ostwar is completely cooked, so that mech should be pretty ineffectual. If I can hit him with the Timberwolf SRM, the Inferno SRMs there, that might work out pretty nice. I do want to move the Ostrock. We're not going to go in for a charge, so we're not that stupid, but we are going to get a good angle to not be shot at by the bigger guns there, and come in with a precision strike on that Oststall.
Парни, давайте еще немного, мы сможем.
Very similar looking mechs. See, I mean, 60 tons, 60 tons, they're even the same weight class, really. Huh. Unfortunately, we weren't able to take any guns off the field there. Most of them are in the torsos. It looks like not the arms, which is a little unfortunate. We did damage that right arm of his.
Standing by.
Now, if we come up sort of, thinking maybe right about here. Yeah. We get 3 evasion pips. Not spectacular, but better than nothing. And we can pound in the large pulse and the UAC-5 triple medium laser. Yep, there goes the arm. Maybe we took out some
Solid
ammo there.
connection on that one.
That could be. Oh, no, we hit him in the head. Not enough to take out that cockpit, though. Headshotting in the base game was probably easier than it should have been, but now it's very, very hard to do. So we probably won't be able to actually headcap that mech with any sort of follow-up. But I'm pretty happy with
Yes,
this.
Commander.
We have a couple choices. We can go behind him and try to shoot in at the Atlas. But we've built a lot of heat. I don't necessarily want to sprint. And I think we're actually going to reserve with the Timberwolf. I want to see what that Ion does. Maybe we can get a better shot on him. He is coming forward, shooting at the Axeman. Those are those HVACs.
I'm under heavy fire.
They're very weird guns. So yeah, so I think we will go in after
I'm
the
here.
Ion, because those injuries that he has to his side torsos. Yeah, let's do this before the Atlas moves. We might shoot at the Timberwolf, that's kind of okay with me. Timberwolf is still doing pretty well. Build a little bit of heat there, but I'm gonna be stepping in that water on the next turn, so as long as we don't cook ourselves, we should be okay. And we will fire into the HE. Structure exposed. AMS of his completely failed. And we're sort of getting on our way to taking that mech down. Great, we lost another building. Although maybe that one didn't count because we didn't damage it at
My
all.
armor is getting ripped off.
I'm still showing 2 out of 4 not. Okay. Well, at least we won't be paying extra money for having blown up the city.
What's that?
Unless, you know, more things happen. Let's see, if we move here... Yeah, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna prove that our Atlas is better. We're going to precise strike. Improved heavy gauss on that Atlas. See what this does. Right into the center. Oh, that's beautiful. Panic level critical. Oh, I would be panicking too. Man, we didn't even rip open the structure on him. That's impressive. 235 armor on that guy's CT. Only 64 of it left though. Which means we did quite a number to him. And we will now do the tank airdrop. Oh, no, come on. There we are. A little bit of a questionable decision maybe, but I want these guns on the field, so we're gonna drop right here. Behemoth Heavy Tank. It's been doing great work for us. Okay. And now we have the Marauder able to move. I do want the Timberwolf going after these guys, so in order to follow up with heat damage here, we're gonna have to move this way. A little bit of a risky position for accidental fire aimed at the Behemoth, at least direct fire. 99.1% chance on all 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mech shut down. Good. So that mech isn't dead yet, but it's off the field for right now, which is more than good enough for me at the moment. This guy will be moving, the Ostal will be moving on 5. I don't really want that to happen. So we're going to come in here with a kick, or we'll do a precise strike. I doubt we'll be able to take off the leg. So yeah, so we're gonna slow him down to 4. A precision strike. A lot of good concentrated damage there too. We take out that right torso.
Critical hit, Commander.
Injury resisted. Again, did we hit him on the head again? No, we didn't. Alright, well, so large laser and a medium laser off the field. We're moving at 5 now. And we have the Ostrak, the Axeman able to move. Let's see how close. I can't actually get a melee hit with the Axeman, which is annoying. But I can do this. So we're going to go after the Ion again, just because he is more damaged. And taking out that right torso would be pretty nice. Plus we can precision strike, so we can move him down
Парни,
to...
парни, давайте еще немного, мы сможем.
Oh, that looked very good, but not quite enough.
Critical hit, Commander.
Not quite enough. He's... oh man, that's very tempting. That's too tempting to have us not do. So we're gonna go in here for a kick. A little bit of a deadly move with the Ostrak, but I want all of these lasers firing because our chances of destroying that right torso are pretty high, and maybe even grabbing the left torso, or certainly getting some crits on it with some things. So that's a kick. Let's see what we can do. Yep, yep, more than enough. And that max down because it has an actual engine. So, that's a good kill.
Battle mech power up detected.
Yep, the Ostor's powered back up, but can't do anything else this turn, and it's still baking in heat right there. Kind of surprised we haven't gotten an ammo explosion quite yet. So that thing is pretty
Yes,
relevant
Commander.
now. We can move in at the Oststall, but I really want to pound into that Atlas as much as we can. So, you know what? Kind of have to go in here. That's an obstructed shot. I don't want that. Okay, we'll take this we're facing.
Alright, let's move.
And get him with everything. Why not? See what our standard. That's weird. It's usually the other way around, but I mean, it must be a range thing. HEs are for shorter
Copy
range.
that.
Okay. A lot of misses there. But we did some decent damage. Wish we'd had a precision strike. We'd been able to do something with it. Okay. There's the Oststall. Shooting into the Behemoth. That's exactly what we want. That thing draws their fire like nothing else.
Huh?
So, okay, so our left side is the one that we want to present if we're going after the Atlas, which I think we will. Dangerous shot with the improved heavy Gauss, though, would be really risking the Ostrak. But you know what?
Heading that way.
Probably should. Because that guy having a chance to shoot. Oh, we can Battle Lord, that'll improve our accuracy a little bit. 60% chance is acceptable. Turn off one of the medium pulses so I can shoot him with the Euro Large and keep the LRM up. I guess round 6, let's see what we can do.
Lighting them up.
We of course miss. We do expose that CT. He's panicking, but he's not out yet. That's really unfortunate. Okay, LRM's going at him. This might get him to evacuate. It does not. Okay, well, let's see what he can damage. Hopefully not much. He's shooting the Marauder, LRMs, just the LRMs. That's not really the best move there for him, is it? Base pilot. Okay. Getting some cover from the destroyed building.
Yes, Commander.
Okay, so the Hollander is going to shoot in... Actually, you know what? The Hollander is going to move up here.
On it.
And we're going to sensor lock that Atlas. If he survives, and I don't think he will survive, it makes him a little easier to hit, and it makes him have a harder time hitting us if he manages to get all the way around again. I would be very surprised if that happens, but you never know. So we're gonna pound into this Ostwar again. He still has his full loadout here. He's just very, very, very cooked. And like shut down again. Oh man, this Marauder is a wonderful disabler. I kind of want a second one just like it, but we'll see if that actually happens. We'll just stand right here and kick. Thank you very much. Sure. So, lost evasive. Some internal damage, but not a ton. Okay, their mech just had an ammo explosion and died.
Waiting for orders.
Nope, that would be a charge. I don't want that. Can I get him with the Ostrak? Nope, that's also a charge. But here at least I can precision strike that guy. Seems worth it. So I strike. Take that light down. I think we can. Nope, maybe not. That's
Scored
unfortunate.
a critical hit.
Okay, what else is moving on 5? We have the Axeman. The Axeman is going to go in right there on that right hand side. We will do a physical weapon strike. See if we can get anything with this. Should keep
Putting
him
my weight
steady.
into it.
Yeah. And we took down one of his initiatives because of Slapdash's abilities. Very, very nice. Okay, Behemoth is taking some other extra damage here. But it's surviving. It's doing exactly what we wanted from it. And I'm just gonna walk right up in front of this guy and give him a nice friendly hello. That's effective.
Enemy
Destroy.
eliminated.
Only one salvageable part, which we're not going for salvage anyway, we're going for pay. Okay. I think all that's left is the hostile, unless they drop other reinforcements. Which I don't think they will. Rejected. That's the mission. Thanks for hanging around.
Mission successful.